for teaching me the truth and circuit. Citation to the hope for letting spirit of the focus on earth. All right, the title of this lesson is going to be about living to see the fall of our enemies, okay? Living to see the fall of our enemies. And, this title given to me by the Holy Spirit, ultimately but in the book of Ecclesiastes 23, also known as RAWCHAA, okay, it goes into how, the judgments and the basically like the different judgment. And the last one, you know, it speaks about like, a man desiring to see the fall of his enemy, right? A man basically living to see his enemy fall, okay? And this what, you know, ultimately, this is why we're, no, this is why when you think about it, the Lord, He got us. Yes, He got us here to obtain salvation, right? Because we was on spirit, the Lord will, you know, we was a hopeful spirit back then that, when the Lord said that you should see me at my second coming, and when the Lord said you should never taste of death, right? We hope the Lord will be those spirits that, doesn't die, okay, the second death, okay, doesn't get, consumed in that lake of that consumed in that nuclear fire, okay, that we do attain salvation, that we do, um, attain salvation at the Lord's second coming, right? You know, and get changed, right? But ultimately we're also here because what we're gonna see we're living to see the end of our fall. We're living to see the fall of our enemies. Like we're living to see that these people here, okay, that have oppress us, okay, continually, right? That have continued to oppress us, okay, that have to continue to you know make righteous decrees and judgment against us, okay, you know, and ultimately for those that continue to come against the Lord, right? Because we know who is our enemies, right? According to the scriptures, right? Those that hate the Lord, those that doesn't like the Lord, right? Those that doesn't those that are that they're not those that who the Lord doesn't desire ultimately, okay? You know, our enemies are the Lord enemies, our enemies, okay? Whoever the Lord don't like, we don't like, okay? You know, and guess what? There's a lot of Israelites, wicked Israelites that the Lord doesn't like. Okay, He might have in this truth, right, or He might not have in this truth, right. But guess what? The Lord will reveal. The Lord is gonna, He gonna make that known. Okay, in the days we're coming to, right. Because they're gonna be only so much. You can only put on a facade, okay, on a mask for so long, on a sheep, on a lamb. The scriptures about those that are sheep in those that basically they dress, they basically are sheep, wolves and sheep clothing, right? They look like a sheep on the outward appearance, right? But in the inward appearance, they're wolves, right? And they got this mask on, thinking that that they can fool our eyes, right? But they can't fool the Lord's eyes, okay? Because the Lord's eyes is what 10 times brighter than the sun, okay? You know, and this is all we have to constantly pray and examine ourselves, because we're all subjected to we're all subjected to being we are all subject to going off. We're all subject to um they're doing something wicked, right? That will that ultimately it can be an offense unto the Lord, right? So this is why we constantly have to pray. If you don't, the Lord is not dealing with anyone who doesn't pray daily. Okay, if you don't pray daily, if you just get up, okay, and just go on about your day, right, and you don't pray, okay, you know, or you don't do, or you're not in the spirit of this one this place to end, or want to see the fall of your enemies, right? Then the Lord is not dealing with you, okay? He can't deal with no one like that, because you're not in the right spirit, okay? You're not in a lowly spirit. You're not in the humble, meek spirit. You're not in a contrite spirit, right? The Lord specifically how the Lord is not unto them that are contrite and broken hearted, right? If you just get up, okay, and just go work for this devil, okay, go work for your enemy, okay, and just go on, watch the TV, go on about your day living, okay, and you don't want to, and you're comfortable with that, right? You're not of a broken contrite spirit. You're not of a humble meek spirit, okay, you know So what a true humbleness, what a true contrite, right? Repenting, okay, and following the Lord, okay, and doing the Lord said, right? Praying, okay, you know. Somebody said, "What the hell I'm wearing, bro? I'm wearing a garment, okay, and it was like garment, right? You know, if you read the Bible, you know what I'm wearing, okay? Wearing a garment. All right, so I'm gonna put out here Psalms 96. Psalms 96. And you can go to Exodus too to find that out, that information out. This is Psalms 96. Um, let me see. Psalms, I'm sorry, Psalms 73. Let's see. And I don't have my Parker for with me, so I just roughly paraphrase that Ecclesiastes 23, which is about living to see the follow our enemy. But I know David, he went into it as well. Psalm 73. Um, I'm just gonna go into a little bit. I'm gonna start here. Psalm 73 reads, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." Right? We're on this side, right? We're envy. We're not envy. David said he's envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, right? Because what these people, that they they're prospering, right? Whether it be our Israelites, okay, 2/3 Israelites, right? That's or just be our enemies like the heathens, right? Esau, right? They're prospering in the sense of like, they sold out to this world, okay? Because we know we're not the reason why, David, you know, we know why they're prospering, right? We know why the Lord allowed them to prosper because what this world is catered, this world, okay, catered to them, right? This flesh, this world desire cater to them. We can sell out to Satan, right? Especially see how Satan roar around like a lion seeking who he may devour, right? So Satan, he devoured, okay, these people, right? You know, some our they can be with our own family members, right? Or just they're Satan got a hold on them, okay, you know. And guess what? This is why you know this is why they're prospering, right? You don't necessarily have to sell out to Satan, okay, you know, right? You don't have to do the whole devil worship and Satan worship and all that. Do a whole conversion, right? But you have some Israelites and some Israelites that do that too, right? Then that also how they prosper, right? Because that YAHAWAHSHI, going back to how our the first example, YAHAWAHSHI, right? Satan came to him and tempted him, right? You know, um, yeah, Satan came and tempted him, right? And and try to get and basically said that if you bow down worshiping me, I can give you all base the kingdoms of this earth, right? And basically he can give him riches, etc. Right? You know, but the Lord, guess what? The Lord had rebuked Satan, right? You know, and and but you the Lord just says to say, that many of our people, Satan came with a temptation, right? Whether it be a 5 billion, 1 billion contract, right? And I guess our people, they didn't have the knowledge and understanding, you know, the Lord YAHAWAHSHI, right? They know the name Lord YAHAWAHSHI. And guess what? They gave into that temptation, and this is why you have your many celebrities like, Beyonce, AGs, um, just some top ones, right? Some big ones, right? There's some more, right? There's some more Jates. There's more Jates in the celebrity world that they know that they're Israelite, but guess what? If they speak, okay, about the Israelite, or they say that they are the Israelite, they gonna get either their position in the Hollywood, or they gonna get that stuff taken away from them, right? Because what, they have a contract, right? And guess what? We know that Esau, okay, the Amalekites, right, the devil, right, our enemy ultimately, right, is behind that whole thing, right? The whole entertainment and Hollywood and stuff, right? So he have and Satan, he worked through that, right? You know, but yeah, for there are no, so this is Psalm 73 and 4 says, for there are no beds in their depths, but their strength is firm, right? Their power is firm, right? They live for ages, right? It seems like they live for ages, right? It seems like they never they never die, right? We have your different Rothschilds, right? They live on. They like, we know that they die, right? But they live like to be 90 years old, 100 years old, right? Maybe, okay. You know, but there's a reason for that, right? It's a reason for everything under the sun, right? Because in order for this world to in order for the Lord to in order for the Lord to because in order for the Lord, because this is the Lord moves, right? In order for the Lord to make things happen, He needs these certain spirit. He needs to work these certain vessels, right? You know, he needs to work through these certain vessels. He guess what, he used Satan, okay? Through Satan, he worked through like these different, bankers elite, right? You know, he made things happen, right? You know, so this is why they live, right? It might see this is why the Lord, he's not gonna. This is why the Lord, he's just not gonna take them out, okay? You know, because they're doing so because they're just wicked, right? You know, or he ultimately used them to punish his chosen one, right? He's punishing us through our enemies, right? You know, and ultimately he gonna keep them alive long enough, okay? Because what the Lord said, he gonna wait until he get a vengeance upon our enemies, right? So the Lord coming back, he gonna avenge us upon our enemies, right? Through ultimately through the nuclear fire, through the church, okay? They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, okay? You know, all right, yeah, and that goes back to the curses, right? These these heathens, right? Mainly Esau, right? They're not playing. They doesn't. They don't. Go through the days that that the Israelites go through. Okay. They don't know. They don't know how it feels to be. Ultimately cursed. Okay. How they curse upon you. Okay. You know, in a sense of having that spirit of knowing that you went off, right, knowing and you've been condemned. They're not, these devils haven't felt condemnation. They don't know. They continue to live wicked, okay? They continue to live wicked, right? They don't know how it feels to um how it feels to live like the lowly, okay? Live like the live underneath, not prospering, right? I'm talking about these top bankers elite, right? You know, the rich man, right? We're considered Lazarus in these top bankers elite, right? These different, um, yeah, they consider the rich man, right? You know, They live in they live on these private islands, okay? You know, um, just in desire and desire, and they have the fatness of this earth, like the scripture about going to. Um, so therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covers them as a garment. Right? You know, pride compasses them about a chain. Right? This is why President Donald Trump, he have that spirit of, um, he has spirit. He have that king spirit. Right? Thinking that he's better than, thinking trying to put himself up there with the Lord. Okay, you know, trying to put himself up there with the Lord, right? And trying to proclaim him that he's this great king, thinking that this country, right, U.S. ain't gonna get touched, right? You know, thinking they're gonna continue to just continue to live their wickedness, right? No, okay, that's not gonna happen, right? It's not going to happen. Um, Violence covers them about about covers them as a government, right? You know, violence, right? Violence is what? Them going over to other nations, heathen nation, right? Desiring, coveting, okay, over other people land, over other people country, raping, robbing, stealing, okay, people, other nations, right? Land, people, okay, no, no, goods, ideals, etc. Right? You know, and guess what they did is guess what the Lord, you don't think the Lord remember, okay, them doing his chosen people like that, okay, you know going back to the transatlantic slave trade, okay, we know the transatlantic slave trade was more than just trade, a triangle, um slave trade. We know that it had to, we know a lot of products, right, different, you know produce, right, um different trade items, like you had your different, the cattle, okay, etc. With trade, was being traded as well. Um, but in majority, the transatlantic slave trade, it was famous for this. It's known as the transatlantic slave trade because it was more famous for the trading of slaves, right? We're being sold uh, I think it was ancient Jews mainly, right? Ultimately being sold to the ancient Jews. I can't pronounce that word. Fuck it. I can pronounce it. But basically, the Amalekites, okay, you know, Esau, okay, being sold to them by the Hamites, right? Which are the Africans, okay, the real Africans, right? The heathens, right? You know, from West Africa, we got taken from West Africa, you know, all the way to the North America. And guess what? We were, that wasn't a, you know, a comfortable, okay, rod, okay, you know, most of our people died, right, and guess what, when our people died, they got thrown over the ship, right, and guess what, and the shark, it was a, it was a, it was a, day for the sharks, okay, a lunch day for the sharks, right? Every day, okay, mostly, right? They will follow the ships, right? Because they know that a body they're waiting for a body, okay, you know. Our Mozart, it was rough, okay. It wasn't. It was, and that was the Lord punishing His chosen people ultimately, right? But that shows but it also shows the violence of our enemies, right? That and that violence is still today, okay. They still show they still get involved in different wars, right? We have these different wars that happen, okay. Just like that war right now happening in Gaza, okay, with the fake Jews, okay, the Amalekites, right? You know, So so since their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than their heart could wish. Right? They have more than their heart could wish. All right. They have this whole world. Right? They have this whole world. Um, they have the blessings of this whole world. That's going to match what? Um, Esau and Jacob. Right? You know, Isaac gave Esau the blessings of the fatness of this earth. Right? You know, and the fatness of the earth goes back to all the riches of this world. Right? You know, the different you know having that spirit to just indulging, okay, in what this world has to offer, right? Whether it be the different minerals, okay, the different places, right? you know and this is why this is why it's never enough for them, right? It's never enough. This just being a ruler of this world alone is never enough, right? They need to have more and more. This is why they're trying to go to space, right? They think they're trying to go to they try to explore these different planets, right? You know, but guess what? The Lord, He's not gonna allow that to happen, right? Because the different the universe, right? And the different planets in the universe, right? It's for the Israelites, okay? It's ultimately for, it's for the chosen nation, okay, to enjoy, okay, not for this devil, okay. So the Lord, even though He have us in a downtrodden state, right? He have the enemies on top of us, right? But guess what? Our enemies, they only get to enjoy a small portion, okay, of what the Israelite will have, okay, in the kingdom of heaven for everlasting, right? So this devil, he's really not, he's not really, you know, really enjoying the whole experience, okay, of being a ruler, right? You know, right, which shows what the Lord, this devil, he was debate, even though the Lord, even though the Lord have the true rulers, okay, walking upon earth as slaves, right? You know, he he's still not letting Esau to go past what he's not letting Esau get to he's not letting Esau to get, like I said, the whole experience, okay, of being a ruler, right? He set Esau bounds, okay, to what he can't do, right? You know, to what he can't, achieve, right? You know, because if you do that, right, this devil, he might just do something that might, you just never know what this devil would do, okay? You know, Esau would do, right? I say devil because he does, is another one for a false accuser, right? A deceiver, right? But really just he's Satan, right? He's our adversaries, right? He's the physical part. He's the physical counterpart of Satan, right? You know, that they are corrupt and speak. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully, right? They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression, right? Meaning what? That they are ultimately they don't consider what we go through, okay. They don't, in the sense of, you know like black giving, I won't say that. I was gonna say about the black history thing in February and all that. Only give us a certain month, right? But also just making laws, right? You know, with us reparations, right? You know, these devils think giving us about about what 1 billion for $1 billion for the different for reparation for what they done, okay, and how they destroyed our different cities and villages that we have in this country, U.S., right? And just destroying them, right? And raping, robbing our people, okay? You know, raping, robbing our people, okay, you know, and our the children, different children's right, and then, and just doing all types of things to our people with violence, okay, with no remorse, okay, and thinking, that just getting us reparation, just give us a damn Black History, month, right, is going to repay, okay, for what they done, they're speaking, they're speaking lawfully, right, you know, they're speaking, they're they're, they're they're speaking weekly, right? Concerning oppression. They're not speaking. They're not because they haven't gone through anything like that before, right? I don't see, right? I don't see a different history lessons or just anything of seeing so-called white people going through the hell that so-called Black people went through. Okay, you know, you don't see that nowhere in history, right? You know, because it's not because what it's because the people that went through the people um that because the people that didn't go through that, they're not gonna paint themselves in that image of going through it, right? The people that's ruling, okay, they're not the top makers, they're not gonna paint themselves going through something like that, being whooped, okay, you know seeing their, they're not gonna paint themselves like that, right? you know so this why the scriptures, this is why David said they speak, um they'll corrupt and speak wickedly concerning a person, they speak lawfully, right? you know okay. And this is why, again, going back to violence covers them as a garment, right? It covers them, right? How my garment is covering me, right? That's how violence covers the wicked, right? You know, it's all over them, okay? You know, says that they're setting their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walking through the earth, right? They speak proud against the Lord, right? They boast themselves against the clouds of the heavens, okay? You know, they're like an eagle, okay, trying to fly high, right? You know, um, so this is Psalm 73:25 reads, "Whom have I in heaven but thee, and there is none upon earth that I desire besides thee." Okay, you know, there are none upon the earth that we decide. There's nothing. We had our desire had to be towards the Lord, right? Ultimately, right? And I went to this verse because it was a daily verse as well. Um, so our desire should be towards the Lord, okay? Ultimately, right? Not toward the getting, trying to get rich or trying to prosper into this in this world, right? We know that's going to happen. No, we know that's not going to happen. See about how if you the love of this world is the enemy towards the Lord, right? You can't have your spirit. You can't have your spirit trying to. You can't be in the spirit of trying to, you know, be a worldly Israelite and try to be a spiritual Israelite as well. You can't do that. Okay, you know, it's not gonna it's just not gonna seek it's not gonna sit well with the Lord. Okay, you can't so yeah, so I'm gonna go from here to Psalms 96, uh, Psalm 92, and I'm probably gonna close it. Psalm 92. Psalm 92 says, "A brutish man knoweth not, neither does a fool understand this. when the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever, right? You know, and we know that Esau, right? He gonna be destroyed forever, right? Ultimately, okay. In sense of them not coming into rulership no more, okay. Them not enjoying the riches of this world no more, right? You know, them not having a chance to um have the Lord chosen people in slavery anymore, right? Because it's only a one time in the life opportunity, right? And this devil, he have the Lord, the scripture speaks about how when our punishment should come to the end, this devil he have went far, okay? He have further our punishment, right? He had enacted laws, and that goes back to enacting different laws or just prosecuting us. I mean, just oppressing us on a daily basis, right? You know, what else? Psalms 92. Yep. So when the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity flourish, right? All the workers of iniquity, okay, they're flourishing, right? You know, and the wicked they spring up as the grass, right? But they'll be destroyed forever, right? So in the kingdom of heaven, these wicked Israelites, right, that have spring of above the grass, that have actually, sat down, that have actually got in the bed chamber with the devil, right, with Esau, right, you know, and made that deal, right, made that contract, right, in the kingdom of heaven, they're gonna be in the low east state. Guess what? Those that are gonna be part of rulership, they're gonna be in the low east state, right? You know, they're gonna be in the low east state, but they're gonna be in the last, they're gonna be the least in the kingdom of heaven, right? You know, they're gonna be least in the kingdom of heaven, okay? But thou, Lord, Yahweh art most high forever. For lo, thy enemies, O Lord, Yahweh for lo, thy enemies shall perish, all the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. Right, the Lord enemies shall perish, all the workers all the workers of all the enemies of the Lord, all the workers of iniquity shall perish forever. Right, and this is what's gonna happen. Right, you know. Psalms 92 and 11 reads, my eye also shall see my desire on my enemies, and my ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. Right. Well, and what's the desire of our enemy? To see them fall. Okay, going back to Ecclesiastes. Okay, to see them fall. Okay, you know, and this why, and this why when the scripture speaks about that, um, and um, and what, and one trump, or not one trump, but um, when the bombs came, right, there was also the righteous ascended in heaven. Okay, in 1 hour, basically like that, um, something like that. But the righteous ascended to heaven, and behold, and guess what? The scripture means that ascended to heaven is ascending to church, and we, and in the church, there'll be like a glass, whatever, the glass, something glass, right? And we're gonna look down, okay, Lord will, and we're gonna see the all right, this earth, no, this not earth, but this different, this nation, right? And see these different people, right? Them, being consumed by nuclear fire, okay, you know, okay. And guess what? That's our desire to see. Okay, they will meditate. Okay, on a daily basis as the Lord bring forth judgment. Okay, okay, upon this earth. Okay, upon these wicked. Okay, Jake's out here. Okay, and our enemies, the heathens, right? You know, so all the heathens, right, have a part of taking the Israelites, putting the Israelites in slavery. Okay, oppressing the Israelites, right? Especially in these wicked jakes out here that continue to disobey the word of the Lord, that continue to mock and scoff, okay, that continue to make deals with the devil to further the oppression of the chosen people, right? They don't get destroyed too, okay? You know, You know, so I'm probably going to say by giving all underground praises to Yahweh, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, and that's what I'm saying, Shalom.